This is Ashley, and this is the Lilies podcast. Today is Monday, December the 14th. I just got back from the hair salon and got a haircut in a deep condition. Going with like a long bob. There's Zoe, if you hear her jingle bells. She has a jingle bell collar thing on for Christmas. Like, hello. She wandered in to see what I was doing, I'm sure. I don't know why she always yawns when she's on camera. She says, hi. Her little jingle bell collar. She doesn't mind. She's really laid back. So, what's on my needles? Actually, I'm going to go with finished object first. I finished my socks. Remember last time I was on the second sock and I was struggling with the ribbing. They're starting at two different places, but they're pretty much the same. I didn't write down at all what I did for the first sock. So these two socks are completely different, but I'm okay with that. But they're the same. I wear them on my feet. It's fine. I mean, I did them in the same way, but you can tell that my gauge has changed in a year, because that's when I did the first one. That this one is much tighter than this one. Can you see? Like I said, it's fine. I use size 1s, but one's just a tad bit looser, but they both still fit. I'm like I said on Instagram that I embrace the Bob Ross in my knitting. So whatever happens, it's pretty much fine. And just kind of like happy little socks, happy little trees, whatever. I love Bob Ross. He's my favorite. But anyway, done. I washed these, hand washed these, and then I laid them out on the line to dry last night. I woke up and it was storming. So these were completely soaked. So I threw them in the dryer this morning and they came out fine. I don't know if this was even superwash, but it turned out fine, so we'll just go with it. Works in progress. I started a hat. This is I'll show you the pattern. This is the Alpine Trail Hat by I can't remember who made this, but anyway, I'll link it in the show notes. I'll cut off the pattern part, because this is a paid for pattern. This is gifted to me by Crystal, my friend Crystal, and she has knitted it, and I said I had really, really liked it, and I would like to knit it. So she gifted it to me. Wasn't that nice? This is what it looks like, with a little cable, and then it's just stockinette, and then a little pom-pom there. But it's worked. This part first, going this way, like a headband, and then you join it, and then you pick up and knit up. So I think it was really cute, and this is how far I've gotten this far. Mine's a little bit wonky, but whatever. Bob Ross, right? I'm using different weight. It calls for a bulky yarn, but I'm using my Aran weight yarn, which I love this. It's so squishy. And it's a 3-ply. So it's a little bit thinner than it really should be, but it's fine. I'm using size 10 needles. My Caspian 16-inch circulars. This is like this is called skinny dipping. And there's one more in my shop. I should tell you my shop is www.neeliesknits.net, and there's one more in there on Aran, or I could dye it in another base for you if you wanted. This is so pretty. I love this color. I'm usually not a green person, but this is very, like, I took a trip to Mexico, to Cancun, and the water, and this just kind of reminds me of the beach and the water. We stayed in, I'll tell you a little secret. We stayed in a nudist resort. And we didn't know it. I didn't know that I had reserved a room at a nudist resort until we got there. So it was kind of a play on that. I didn't put that in the description of the yarn, but that's where it came from. So you watching the podcast will now know. But we got there and people were naked. And I didn't care. I was fine with it. I thought it was hilarious that I didn't know. I knew that it said adults only. And that's why. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. And that was our honeymoon. Anyway, onto this yarn. That's what this color reminds me of, is Cancun. That's where I grafted it. I did a really, really horrible grafting job because I did it at 2 a.m. in the morning after some wine at a girls' night. So don't do that. That's my fault and not the pattern's fault. Kitchener stitch is not your friend at 2 a.m. in the morning. My knitting is a mess this week. This is fine with me. I don't care. Because it's a hat. It'll look cute on. See? How does it look with my hair? I think it looks pretty cute. Anyway, I'm debating. Tell me what you think. I saw these faux fur pom-poms straighten out my hair. I saw these faux fur pom-poms at, I think it was Michael's. And they were about this color, the color of my hair. And I thought it would look super cute on the top of this. So this is like I said, it's like a very like Caribbean green. And have a hot fuchsia pink pom-pom at the top. I thought it would be really cute. Or I could just make the pom-pom the color of the yarn. I'm really into pom-poms. I really love pom-poms. But big thanks to Crystal for gifting me that pattern. It's really super cute, and I'll probably make a bunch of these. Because it was really quick. It was just, I messed up at one point because Neely, my daughter, I'll show you my mistakes. I know you're not supposed to. But Neely, my daughter, reached over and pulled my knitting needles out of my knitting. So then I was on the cabling part here, and I forgot where I was, so I kind of did a little whatever here. But I'm going with it, like I said, Bob Ross. Happy little wave there, wherever it was. Here it is. Happy little wave, a happy little cable. It's an easy pattern. I could have ripped it back, but I was like, I'll just keep going. I'm not that worried about it. With that, I have not worked at all on my Elwyn cardigan, EWEN, because I got up from recording last time and I stepped on my needles and broke them in two. That was my fault. I didn't see it in the floor, and I had my big Ugg boots on, and they cracked right in half. I have other ones. I just have not reattached them. I was kind of lazy, and then I got a second wind on these socks, and I figured I'll just finish them. I'll just do that cardigan next week. I'm really close. My goal is to finish the sleeve on the cardigan by next week. It's not hard. I did the one sleeve in a couple days. I just gotta get going on it again. You know how, sorry. Hi. Hello. She loves to be held, just like this. All the time. She loves it. She's gonna be my regular co-host. Isn't she adorable? Hello. She looks like Falcor on A Never Ending Story. or an Ewok, people say. Did I mention I got her from the shelter right about this time? She is going to be 2 years old. She was 10 months old when I got her. And she's best friends with my cat. Best friends. I don't know if she thinks she is a cat or what, but she likes dogs too, okay, but she really prefers cats. I'm just going to hold her like this for a little bit. Anyway, I got off topic. So I haven't worked on my cardigan at all, and I hope to do that. Hope to pick that back up. I'm going to do that today. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm convincing myself. I did some non-crafty things or non-knitting things this week. My friend Sonia and I decided that, well, I told her that I wanted to learn to crumb quilt. I've never done quilting before, and I really like the way it looks like a mosaic. Like you can do any sort of, just pick up a scrap, another scrap, put it together, sew it, pick another scrap, sew it, pick up another scrap, sew it. And I really like the way it turns out because you have little tiny bits. It's like a Cozy Memories blanket, as in you have like scraps from other projects that you have left over, and then you, look at my nails. I'm so like squirrel today. I just did that at the salon. Well, my sister is my hairdresser, and I just take advantage of the resources there in their nail station. Sorry, she's very vocal. See her right there? She blends with my jacket. I feel a little froggy today, as you can tell. But anyway, so we worked on crumb quilting, and I don't have any here to show you. They're at her house, but hopefully I'll show them next time. I got like 24 blocks made, maybe more, maybe like 30. I don't know how big we're going to make it. We'll just keep on making blocks because you sew and sew and sew, and then you get so big, then you have a block, a plastic block outline thing that you rotary cut around, and then you have a block. And that's, they're all the same size because you rotary cut around that. You sewing people, the quilt people know what I'm talking about. I don't really know the terms, but anyway, it was really fun, and we kind of had an assembly line going. I would sew, she would iron, and then I would get it back, and I would sew another piece, and then she would iron it and give it back. So it was really fun. We're kind of making a friendship like blanket because I hopefully will have enough. I think we will. We'll just have to work on it a while, but we'll have enough squares for 2 blankets, and then we can swap and see what squares we each want. But it's my first time quilting anything. I've sewn before, like little things like curtains. I've done like little pillowcase dresses and stuff, but I've never quilted. Nothing that had to be like super exact. But it was super fun. I really liked it. I really liked the freeformness of it. Also, I have big news. For me, it's big news. I ordered a shacked Cricut loom, a 15-inch, and I am so excited about it. I don't know how to weave. I decided that I wanted to learn, and sorry, she's licking my neck, which I don't like. I tried it at the Fiber Festival, really for the first time on a real loom, this summer, and I really wanted a loom then, but I was like, I can't really justify the cost because I don't weave and I don't really have the time to learn and stuff like that, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to get myself one as a Christmas gift, and I did. I got on there and I got a pretty good deal on it. It was only a few, like $10 more than a 10-inch, so I got a 15-inch. There's a guy at my gym. I go to a martial arts gym, Then we do kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. But anyway, he goes to my gym and he also weaves. He knows how to weave. So I thought that he could help me at least set it up, warp it, stuff like that. So he said he had some books to give me, and that'll be really fun. And I'm super interested in the Sayori weaving technique, which is kind of like the chrome quilting. You just get scraps and you just weave them in as you go. The Sayori weaving booth at the festival, the Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival is what I'm talking about, which I will be at next year. Just so you know, plan ahead, mark your calendars. But the Sayori booth, he just had a huge plastic big comforter bag full of just scraps of just like whatever. Could be like Christmas tinsel, it could be roving, yarn, ribbon, whatever you want to weave in. Next thing you do, put it through. Do the swipe down on the comb thing. I don't know the terminology on it either. It just looks so fun, and it was just so freeform, and it's so freeing. I just love stuff like that. I know some people really have to have a set pattern and a set way to do things, but I think it's limiting. I really just like to just kind of just do whatever, kind of just whatever comes next. Just don't think about it. I'm sorry about that. She keeps jumping up there. Anyway, I think that's all I have to talk about as far as crafty stuff this week. So, sorry, she pooted on me. Anyway, okay, on to the shop update. The shop update for this week will be December the 18th. I don't know why she's whining. Do you hear that? You probably do. December the 18th, that's this Friday, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This one won't be like a super huge update, but there'll be some good stuff in it. I haven't had a whole lot of time to dye this week. I haven't had time to dye. She wants to jump up there on the table where I have this, and I'm not going to let her. Silly. Anyway, I haven't had a lot of time to dye because I had like things like parent-teacher conference. My daughter's in a 3-year-old's program. It's school. It's not daycare. It's school, and we had conference on that one day, and then just had a lot of gym stuff. I had kickboxing one day, and then I had she's out for of school until the end of January, and that kind of throws my schedule off because I count on that time to dye. So up until then, I probably won't have like super huge updates. I'll try. I can do what I can. Anyway, start with this. This is Water Lilies, and it's on BFL silk. This is a little bit wet still. I'm drying it up right over there. And I love this. This is an oldie but goodie. I dye this one a lot, but this is based off the Monet art, of his Water Lilies painting. I love Monet. I just like art in general. If I were to get a degree in something in college, then it would probably be art or something like that related. It's like this. It would be super pretty for a shawl or a hat. And this base is the BFL silk. It's 45% silk, 55% superwash BFL. The BFL usually, I think, is a little bit rougher than merino, but this is not the case in this. This is super soft. Super soft. I just love seeing it. It's so pretty. So that's one. I'll have 3 of those. I will have, oh, this is a new one. This is called Spark of Madness, because this is Ferngully inspired. This is based on Batty. It's a quote of his. This is something like, we've all got just a little spark of madness within us, or something like that. I'll put it on the listing. But anyway, it's super cute. I love Batty and Ferngully. Ferngully used to be my favorite movie growing up. Except the machines, they scared me. So I would cry at that point. But anyway, I love the fairies. And the brown is for either Batty or the trees. And then you have like kind of the rainforesty colors. You see that? Kind of like speckles. I am not a huge fan of a whole lot of speckles, but I do like some random. Got a little bit of orange in there, a little bit of green, little specks of blue. You got your brown, and this is on Sparkle Sock. And I'll have 2 of those. Let's see. I will have 2 self-striping Wonder Woman yarn. And this is a 3 color. I usually do 2, 4, or 8 color repeats, but this one's a 3 color. This is one of my very first colorways, like a long time ago. I've kind of been on a kick where I want to do ones I haven't done in a really long time. But this is a 3 color self-striping Wonder Woman. And it is, that's why I didn't come up with a creative name other than Wonder Woman, because it was one of my first. Anyway, it has the blue, superhero blue. And then it has the red. The red is kind of tonal. And then you have the yellow. Very like comic book colors. And these are actually, this one here is only 3 rows. 3 rows each stripe, each color. So it would be 3 rows red, 3 rows blue, 3 rows yellow. So these are little bitty stripes. Which I think it's fun, because I feel like the sock kind of flies by at that point, because you're like, oh, another stripe, another stripe, another stripe. I'll just do another stripe. And then you're to the heel. And then you're like, well, I'll just keep going. This one does not have a sidekick game, by the way, because it's one of my first. And I didn't start doing that till a couple months after I started my shop. I can't really remember when. Another self-striping I have for this week is Evil Queen. And this is a Once Upon a Time reference for the Evil Queens. It has like kind of like the royal purple in there, kind of like a great purple. You see. Then you have the poison apple red, and then you have the charcoal. And these are actually probably around 7 rows. This is also a 3 color, but it's about 7 rows per color, because I work this as if I'm going to do a 4 color self-striping. I just divide it into 3 instead of 4, so they're bigger than 5 stripes, probably around 7. So these would be a little bit wider, probably around the size of these stripes here, because that's around probably 8 rows. I did not dye that. That's Regia, if I didn't mention that before. So anyway, these are on Super Sock. So is the Wonder Woman. I really like this. You can look on my Instagram or my Ravelry group, Neely's Knits Yarn and Podcast group, and you can see finished objects. I would really recommend that, to go over there and see what people have posted in the finished object thread, because you can see how things like this knit up. I was going to knit some samples of these, but I just didn't have time. But I really like this one. It's very like kind of witchy, but in like a darker way or somehow. Anyway, I say anyway a lot. Sorry. Oh, I will have one Venus on BFL silk. And you saw my hat last time made out of this, and that's what this is, but this is the fingering weight and not the DK. And that will be listed in the shop. And that's based off the Birth of Venus also. My tag, sorry. The painting. Then the last thing I have, oh no, I have two more things. I have a lot of BFL silk this time, because I kind of went crazy and I ordered a bunch of it because sometimes they're out. That's what I've got a lot of, so that's what I died on. And I love it, and I know you will too if you get it so squishy. But anyway, this is Tortoiseshell Cat. And you've probably seen this a bunch, but this is obviously, I did a whole cat series, and the Tortoiseshell Cat, I think, is one of my first. Because I did a calico cat, a grumpy cat, a blue Russian kitty. I did that. That's like a silver, almost like a blue silver. I haven't done that in a while. I've done some other cats, but I can't think. But anyway, this is the Tortoiseshell Cat. And I just love the way animals' fur looks. It's so, like, if you really look, it's so intricate, the patterning. But anyway, I really love the way that looks. It has like silvers, blacks, oranges, maybe like a dab of cream here and there. It's right there. Anyway, I have 3 of those on BFL silk, and I have a gradient. The gradients are all one of a kind, just because I dye them on a sock blank, and no matter if you put the dye on there in the same place, it just is going to look different every time. But this is, I kind of decided I would do a kind of a take on my Winter Rainbow, because the Winter Rainbow is a self-striping colorway that I dye. It's an 8-color self-striping. But I decided I would do this on a gradient. And this is on Sparkle Sock, but you see that? Maybe this side's better. Yeah, that side's better. But you can see it has 8 different sections, but it'll be like very subtle transition. It won't be like, bam, there's red, bam, there's blue. It's actually very dark red. It's kind of like a gunmetal blue, like a dark, kind of like a darker green. There's a kind of like a plum purple, a brown, kind of a teal, and dark olive. That's on the outside there. Anyway, I thought this was really a fun idea to take a self-striping and make a gradient out of it. The same thing. So this is going to be called Winter Rainbow Gradient. It's only one progression, whereas the Winter Rainbow usually is a self-striping. I really like that. I really kind of want it for myself. But I won't do that. I'll just dye another one for myself. But I think it would be super, super pretty as a shawl. Or a scarf. But really, like a shawl, I think would be really, really pretty. You can see it back here. Like I said, it is on the sparkle base, but the sparkle just adds just a little something. The sparkle is not overpowering. It just adds a little something, something to it. can see that. But anyway, that's what I've got this week. Hopefully next time I will be able to show you my loom. It will come in. There is more. I don't know how much I can say, but I've been talking about kind of big news for the, talking about this with someone else. It's also a dyer, and we are talking about doing a collaboration, and I just put that in the back of your mind. I can't say too much about it yet because I didn't ask her how much I could say, but I'm super excited about it, and it will be kind of like a club, just a one-time thing, but I'm really, really excited. So keep our ears and eyes open for that, and I'll give you more information as I feel like I can. It's kind of a secret for right now, just kind of a teaser, but it won't be till next year. But anyway, the update, this is where to find me. www.neelysknits, NEELYSKNITS.net, not .com, because apparently, I don't know, I couldn't get that one to work. But anyway, get down. Oh, I'm also on Instagram as Neely's Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as AshleyMcCauley, AshleyMccauley. That's my name. Because when I first joined Ravelry, I didn't know you were supposed to be creative with your screen name. I just put my name down, so that's what it is. It's Ashley McCauley, and you can friend me over there. You can find me on Facebook. I have a Neely's Knits group over there, which I'm not super active on, because they don't share your posts that much with people, unless, I don't really actually know who sees it, is what I'm saying. They want you to pay for views if you have a business page, and I'm not into that, so I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I just still do post over there sometimes. If I have a shop update, I'll post there. But you can friend me on Facebook, and I'll accept you if I think that you're a yarn person. And I'm just Ashley McCauley over there. And I kind of treat that like a business page a little bit. I mean, I do post pictures of my kid and stuff, but yarn stuff too, and things like that. So if you want to, I'll accept you. I don't care. I don't have anything on there that's like I don't want the public to see. Where else? Instagram. My Neely's Knits Yarn and Podcast group. Go join. I'm going to create a episode thread for this, and I'll link the patterns and whatnot to it. And yeah, mark your calendars for the update. So I might actually have more than what you see here, but we'll see. I think that's it. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.